Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of City Skylines here in our Skylines Not Included city. And right now, just during the introduction, I think I saw my first fire. Yeah, this is the first time I actively notice it. Now we have our firehouse right here. So technically a fire engine will have been dispatched. And yes, indeed, it is right here going to the fire. Will we be in time? I sure hope so. Now I'm not sure if that is just a coincidence or if that is something that the update enabled as they do some patches and hotfixes. Here we go. Oh, holy cow. Okay, you're going inside with the vehicle. Is that normal? This doesn't really look safe, to be honest with you. But there we go, fire has been put out, more or less. Actually, the fire just spread to the next buildings. Interesting. So it definitely didn't happen before, I'm pretty sure. Though I've never seen the fire engine actually leave. Let's see. Yeah, this is so weird. It just drives into the house. Wow, that's a loud fire. Okay, now at least it actually leaves. And there is one building that got destroyed. So let's rebuild that. Either way, I would like to work on this part here of the city a little bit by finishing the part here together with the high school, and you actually recommended me to go for a college even though we cannot technically afford it just yet. It's gonna make people happy and more educated. But before we do that, we have to continue the road here a little bit, and I will have to move the graveyard again in order to make space for, what was it, the sports field. So I think what I want to do first of all is just continue this road here, and this will also go towards the other direction there, and then we should be able to connect these together, though that looks a little bit weird. Yeah, maybe I'm just gonna downgrade this towards the other side, and then right now I guess it's time to move those highways away, make a little bit of space for a proper system. Now comparing the sizes here, the sports field is the exact same size as the graveyard without the road, so we should be able to just drag the road along this, something like this. Wonderful. And then I just want to make sure we exactly line this up. Also gonna continue the road right there, medium sized, and then we should be able to just connect these again. Yeah, honestly, I like that much better. Did I break anything? We still have the power and we still have the water from the looks of it, but we might be able to do this a bit better now. I'm actually gonna take out the entire power line here and do it a little bit differently. For the cemetery, I made a little bit of space here. If we go ahead and move this again, I should be able to line it up with the park. It doesn't quite fit in the center, but if we disable snapping, we should be able to fix that and place it as desired. Something along these lines. Okay, I like that much better. We can now also get rid of that road here, and this is gonna give us the space to later set up the sports field. For now, I'm just gonna lead the replacement highway all the way over, so we still have a connection going on with the city. And when it comes to water and sewage connection, I am inclined to do that right here. I think this can last for a while before I have to remove it again. Same thing with the power here. We're just gonna connect this, and now technically everything should still be hooked up. And I'm actually gonna also upgrade or downgrade this to a different type of road. Okay, let's let the game run for just a brief second in order to see that I didn't make any mistakes. What's going on here? No, all good. Very nice. Now look at this. This is so crazy. I don't even know how this happens. Well, I know how it happens. It is my power line or whatever that I started underground right here, and so once we came here it wasn't underground anymore. Still kind of interesting. Now there's one thing that I noticed. Even though we are technically making minus right now, I'm just making plus, like it's going up all the time, and I'm not sure how this is calculated, if this is even correct, or if I'm getting subtracted a huge amount of money later on, like every month. But there are still many factors at play I'm unsure about. So one tip you gave me is to just go ahead and actually make a connection to the outside world, which I think we should do right now. And this seems to be the closest connection here. So I'm gonna unlock the task that I think I'm gonna require for that. Purchase those, thank you very much. Hopefully I'm capable of building something across here. The outside connections here are symbolized with these arrows, and we should be able to add one for our power lines. Yeah, as a matter of fact, if I just set up the power line here, I'm getting one of these arrows, which is nice. For now, I'm just gonna go underground. Let's see if we can actually go through here. No, I don't think so. We have to purchase another tile, this one here. And now I can continue with my power line. And this should just be hooked up to my system. Now, I'm not sure if we're gonna need a transformer for this. It just says from high to low voltage, but not vice versa. Well, you know, this doesn't really cost me anything. And in the future, we need to hook this up either way if we want to also import energy if necessary. There we go. The connection is established and it seems to be hooked up to the system already. So now immediately we started exporting our surplus power, which is really good. And that is hopefully going to help us when it comes to making money. And I would like to do the same thing here with our sewage connection. And yes, indeed. Also, that works just by placing it close enough to the edge of the map. And so if I just follow my power line for the time being and add this right here, then we should be seeing some exports there as well. Let me see. Water trade, for instance, if we are producing more water than we can use, we should be able to export it as well. I just see this is not even connected yet because of the bridge. Yeah, that is a little bit of a pity. We should be able to fix this though. And then maybe add another connection right there. Okay, is this connected? Let me see. Yeah, we do have a connection and we are exporting 71,000 cubic meters of water per month. Okay, now this actually sounds interesting to just export all the excess stuff we have. Like what about the garbage? Ooh, we are not processing enough and landfill availability is also going down the drains. So that was another tip that you had. If we have a look at the recycling here, we could go ahead and unlock the incineration plant, which would then burn the garbage and also produce more electricity as a side product. Now it's going to be interesting when it comes to pollution and climate change in the game. I think there are some features and it depends what you do, but we're still going to go with the incineration plant in the beginning. And then once we get some traffic jam because of just stop oil protesters, we're gonna change our strategy. So unlock that. Now let me see, we might just want to put that right next to it. So actually let's have a look at the air pollution. How bad is it just yet? Yeah, it's just blowing all the way over here, but maybe it's still gonna be better to have the incineration plant on this side of the map. Upkeep 210,000 a month. I don't even know now what this means because it's just not being consistent here with my money. And holy cow, this is a little bit larger than in City Skylines 1. Could we have this here? This is also causing ground pollution, right? Yeah, medium ground pollution. Let's try to somehow snooch it into this corner here. Yeah, I think we can do this. Later on, I'm probably gonna move it, but I just want to see. Now we were at... Ooh, okay. Now this is really expensive. I still kind of want to put it to the test. There is some power that we have to bring over to our transformer. Yeah, let's just go ahead and connect this in any way, shape or form. Doesn't really matter right now. And now our garbage processing status should be fairly high, as you can see here. And I wonder, are we also importing garbage this way? How much power are we producing? Yeah, we might have to wait a little bit until the vehicles collected some garbage in order to process, you know. But this is definitely a hugely expensive building, and time will tell whether or not this was worth it. Okay, I left the game running for a little while in anticipation of the next milestone, which is gonna be the big town. A very fundamental milestone, but just check this out. I think we got a blizzard going on, and I'm not sure what this is gonna do. There's also a fire here, but it looks very interesting with the snowflakes that are kind of 3D. I'm not sure if you're gonna see this on the compressed side of YouTube very well. Actually, right here, you can see the big snowflakes that are in the foreground. I love it. Very nice effect. And it looks like we already lost some people in the fire here, and of course the fire department is gonna take a while to actually reach this site. I just find it so funny that all the vehicles drive with a completely covered windshield. It's absolutely hilarious to me. We were not quick enough with this guy here, has to be rebuilt, and the building next to it as well. Can we bulldoze it? Nope. Is the fire gonna spread? There's the fire engine. You were too late. I'm sorry. Either way, in terms of money, the ticking is now actually going down. So I'm not right with it just being subtracted monthly. I think for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore this number. Like right now, we're making plus again. Let's not focus on making too much money. Let's focus on expansion a little bit more. What I would like to see as soon as I unlock the big town is actually a wider road here. We unlocked the wide roads a while ago. So now we should be able to to upgrade this part here. Now I need to make sure that the widening happens towards the inside so I don't destroy anything. But I just want to make sure that this outer ring is already a big road just like that. And once we reach the busy town and get the EU high density housings, I would like to place some of these right here. And I would like to see these buildings all the way around the circle here, just on the outside, and then the inside is gonna have some more variety. Now I don't think the blizzard did anything else to our town. We are still growing, not quite as quickly, but it's gonna be enough to get us to the next step so we can finally invite more people at an increased rate. And I think I'm already gonna unlock and place the college. This is not gonna be the final spot. I just want it placed already so we have some well-educated people in the job supply chain. And I think for that we first need to unlock it, the college right here. Let's do that right now. And this is most likely a huge building. I'm just gonna place it here, 750k. Oh, nice. We actually got the big town achievement this way. Received an extra 1.9 million in the bank. Looking at the milestone, we also unlocked the oil drilling, apart from a higher loan and the high density. Immediately, we already have 3 students. Oh, that is a great class. Just 3 students. Imagine, my biggest class right now is 30 students, and that is just high school level. It's an absolute nightmare. I mean, I only have 29 chairs in my music room. What can I say? Either way, this is gonna cost us a whole bunch, 120 per month. Curiously enough, not quite as much as the incineration plant, which is double the amount. But yeah, let's check out the high density right here. We're gonna stay with the EU style for the time being, but sooner or later I also would like to mix it up somewhat. So we're just gonna get started with 2 blocks or so right here and see what happens. I mean, just check out these cranes. That is not a thing that happens. You can't tell me you have cranes like this, especially with a puny tiny base like this. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this way we can already see it's gonna be fairly large buildings, and my goal is to kind of encase this entire thing so the inside is not visible to the outside. Basically, it's a kind of a gated community of sorts, and the large buildings on the outside are gonna serve visually as a wall. Yeah, here they are at the Great Loop. Now I'm hoping there's going to be enough variety in the building style and that maybe they look a little bit more interesting the more they level up. It's so funny, currently there's 1 person living in this entire building. I just love it. However, there are already quite a few households in this one. That's another thing you let me know, that in the beginning sometimes smaller plots might be more useful because people tend to occupy these the first. Curiously enough, I think more people actually moved somewhere else instead of people moving in from outside of the city. Oh, and that reminds me, we probably want to unlock the road maintenance. Let's check out development here. We actually already have advanced road services unlocked. Let me see if we can place a building here. The road maintenance depot, I'm gonna have that right here for the time being, and this is gonna make sure that the roads are in a better condition and prevent a lot of the accidents from happening, so I don't have things like this going on all the time. Well, this one actually doesn't really matter. It's just the taxi off the road, but a lot of the time it is hugely inconvenient for the vehicles. Looks like we now have a grand total of almost 30 students in our college. That is going to be 30 well-educated people that can take over jobs in higher tier businesses. And there we are, the snow is retracting. So right now we seem to have a little bit of a traffic issue going on right here. That might be because we have a traffic light. I mean, this is still not going to be a permanent connection, but we could go ahead, remove the traffic lights. Did that do the thing? No, I don't want the traffic lights. Okay, right click. And then the cars can just go whenever they want. And that should technically get rid of this little traffic jam. All the other roads are orange and not red, which means we are still good on traffic. When it comes to shopping, we could certainly use a little bit more. I think I want to implement some more here that is probably fitting. Actually, let me get rid of this pathway. That's not necessary, and we might be able to take even more advantage of this area. Yeah, looks like people actually want to move here, and the fire definitely has been activated with the last patch, or maybe I just reached a certain population threshold. Oh, this is not good. Wait a second, are people... Oh my gosh, did people just die here? Why do we have so many hearses coming to this building? Oh, this is incredible. Okay, dispatched. Let's just see where it actually is. Yeah, right here. It's never gonna make it in time. We need a fire department on the other side as well. We actually have the space to put one here. I think I'm gonna do that right away. And this way we have another one that is somewhat nearby this area to take care of things. But yeah, definitely looks like people are dying here, and this might be why we are losing housing so many people. Okay, let's see. There's another something. Fire watch tower probably is something we want to unlock. Let's go ahead and do that. Fire department, the tower. Give me that. These towers keep a constant lookout and thus reduce the chance of a forest fire. Well, maybe not really what we want, but it's better than nothing. And we might be able to, even if just temporarily, take care of this area by having this tower. And people are actually happy about it. There we go. One building is gone. Oh, this is a catastrophe. We're gonna fall below the 5K mark again. And more buildings are gone. Wait a second. What is this? Weather damage? Oh, come on. It's over. We now have a fire department somewhat close, at least reasonably close, and it looks like more of the high density buildings are now being built. Very nice. I wish there was just a tad more space for a pathway maybe. There seems to be another light that I don't want. Just get rid of that and vehicles can drive through much quicker, at least in these scenarios where we have mostly traffic coming from one direction. Yeah, I can kind of see this working in the future with the skyline. Time will tell. We'll certainly also end up destroying a few things. You know, I believe the people that actually lived in these buildings, they didn't just leave our city, they might just have moved, you know, because we're now getting all those people back. But the demand for medium density is definitely low. We do have some demand for office that is actually very rare. And I wanted to have a large office building here, so maybe we can, yeah, we can actually do it. Well, there are 2 buildings, that's okay. Looking at my education level now, we have more than enough capacity for all the people who want to be educated, and hopefully we get this poorly educated number a little bit down and the well-educated number a little bit up. Looks like with the construction of the new buildings, we already went above the electricity threshold, even with the incineration plant, but I saw there was an upgrade we could do, because the incineration plant does give us... Oh, actually right now it doesn't give us a lot, but I've seen it at a couple of megawatts before, so that's interesting. It will not be very consistent unless I guess I have always a certain amount of garbage in there. But yeah, now that we are exporting the extra power that we're getting, why not build a coal power plant or maybe even something else? Let's see, the power right there. We have a gas power plant or maybe even a geothermal plant. Hydroelectric plant, interesting. There's the coal. Wait a second. Ah, that's a large coal power plant. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for an unlock here with the gas power plant and we're gonna try that out. Gas power plant of course is also huge and this is not gonna be the final spot, but I'm gonna plop it down right here. Yeah, definitely not the final spot. Let's just see what this is gonna do for us. It should theoretically give us lots and lots of power to trade. Can I actually check that here? Production power, is there such a thing? Well, we can tell that we are producing way too much power this way. We need like 30 megawatts, not even, and currently we're producing 290 almost. So that is gonna be interesting. Right now this will cost me 625,000, so theoretically our numbers should go down the drains. The trend is going down. I wonder, are we just producing more power than we can even export? Because this arrow is all the way to the right, we might just be over exporting capacity. But just to let you know, the comment stated that if you export the electricity, usually it pays for the upkeep of the power plant. And as usual, there are also a whole bunch of upgrades that we can place right here, and maybe even as an extension. Yeah, there are some storage extensions that will take up more space, so we'll have to have a dedicated spot for this in the future. I think in this case I might either get rid of my wind turbines or move them somewhere they make a little bit more sense to me, like a wide open field or maybe an elevated plateau. Yeah, I mean, even on top of the hill here, this might make more sense to me. Either way, things are looking good in terms of high density demand. I wonder, could I maybe get some larger buildings for these? What is the blueprint for this? This is 4 by 6 and this is only 3 by 6, so I guess 3 by 6 is not going to be as large. Let's see, what about 2 by 4? That's still a building. Okay, you know what, in this case I might do it differently. What if we get rid of this part again, just get rid of these buildings? I'm sorry, but we're gonna leave a little bit of space for a pathway, and then I want to see if I can make a 6 by 6. Is that possible? Yeah, okay, that's gonna be the largest version then. Actually, that's not really good. We want a 6 by 6 right here. That's better. And then a 6 by 4 right there. Yeah, I guess that is gonna make much more sense. Now all of these people, they can just go ahead and move in again. Yeah, I'm so sorry. But yeah, they haven't really been banished. They just need to move into another complex here. Okay, but now we should be getting something similar to this building here and then something similar to this building there. I think that's gonna make more sense, even though I still cannot place my pathway. Good, now it's all about shopping, I guess, and I would like to unlock the high density shopping for the upper area here. That would be amazing, but what is the milestone to do that? Great Town, hopefully? Yes, okay, so just one more milestone to go. So maybe to wrap things up, we can have a signature building here, the condom. It's a residential building. Ooh, taking up a little bit much space. Yeah, I don't think we can place it here, but we could have it over there. Does that make sense? Can I smoosh it in here? This would be much better. Come on, snap to this road. What if I undo snapping and then place it myself? Is that gonna be possible? Come on. Yes, okay, I can actually have it here. I kind of like that. At least for now. No, I built it the wrong way around. No, not necessarily. It might be actually nicer to reach it from this alleyway, which I cannot really connect, but we can build it up to here. That's gonna be fine enough. I kind of like that. And now people can also move in here. There are 180 households in total. Very nice. Let's also build a little bit more shopping here in this area. I'm gonna first of all fill up this part here. I think that's gonna be fine. And then maybe this part here, but I want to leave out just a tad. Actually, that's not gonna work. Let's just place it all. Very nice, but not so nice. We have another abandonment here. Yeah, medium density, not very popular here. Okay, nice. Yeah, that is already much better. We have to designate where they should be building here. I'm already gonna build the next high density housing. So we first want a 4x6 and then a 6x6. But yeah, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Otherwise, we're just gonna be in deep trouble when it comes to the economy and the education cycle and everything. So I think I'm pretty happy with the results we have going on. Now, considering we are still making money, how is this possible? Okay, I just don't get it. The money seems to be totally out of whack, but let's build the sports field right there, since we don't care about money anymore, and we get a little bit of a better idea how this is gonna look in the end. Also, I would like to see the surfaces change here a little bit. For instance, this guy here, I want this one to move all the way over. Come on. And also move the edge of the parking space and the green area here. Wonderful. I can actually live with this. This doesn't look too shabby. And you know, all the people that can watch for free just standing on the rail here. You know, I wonder how the game does it. Is anything just... It doesn't look like it's gonna lose on detail when I zoom away. I mean, that could be a reason why my computer is so loud all the time when playing this game. It's like crazy. The fans are spinning harder than when I export a video, which says a lot. But yeah, so far so good. We're making progress. I lost my fear a little bit of losing too much money because I don't see yet how I can lose money and how that all makes sense with the amount that I just spent. But maybe it has something to do with the export. We are exporting so much energy right now, and we're also exporting water. No, actually not. That is another something we have to fix. I'm getting my water right here at the moment, so I'm gonna set up a secondary pump, and we just have to make sure we also reach this guy here. Yeah, and then when it comes to sewage, maybe soon enough we can implement a treatment plant. For now, I'm just gonna go with another outlet. We can see the pollution right here. It's not very nice, but I guess eventually once we remove the system and exchange it, then we can also get rid of that pollution. Okay, everything is hooked up and we are in the green again. We could export sewage. Holy cow. Wait a second, are you serious? Can we export sewage instead of polluting our stuff? That might be interesting to explore. I mean, I already have my sewage pipes going to the edge of the city. I'm guessing that is gonna cost me a little bit, but it would completely get rid of our sewage pipes here. Oh, there are actually also upgrades for this one. I totally didn't see that. There's an extra tank. But yeah, right now I'm interested in shutting this down. And what is gonna happen since we now have the connection to the outside city? Nobody is complaining about sewage yet, and yeah, we have an export, but it's in the red because it costs us. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. We're just gonna enable these guys again for now and maybe switch to sewage treatment in the future. But all right, I would say with that out of the way, we're gonna wrap up today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye bye.